refresh my memory, how much did your bond actually end up being?
$80,000.
$80,000.
I've been on this bond for over a year and a half at this point.
But if you wouldn't have had a bond, you would have been sitting in there the whole time.
I would have been
right?
sitting
And you
in
still
there
wouldn't
the
have been
whole
in
time.
trial. Right. Yeah, and losing everything you have in the process.
No, but no fingerprints or none of that was even found on the weapon. And these people are just kind of hell bent on trying to convict me of a felon in possession of a firearm.
Wow.
Now, mind you, the home wasn't in my name. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
The guns, of course, wasn't in my name. She had license to carry the guns, those were her weapons. And it's just amazing that this case that I'm dealing with has went on this far, and I don't even see me being able to settle for nothing in regards of taking no probation or nothing. I've done nothing. I didn't physically put my hands on.
So you're going to trial. I mean, that's the general consensus. You feel like at this point, they're not going to give you a deal that you can live with because you truly believe that you're innocent.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We truly believe that you're innocent.
And
so
if I
at
have
this
to,
point, all you have to can do is go to trial.
That's
right?
it. I have no other choice unless the DA, somehow realizes, this is just outlandish to even continue trying to convict me of a charge, of a gun charge. I mean, they found marijuana in the home.
In her home.
In her home. Mm-hmm. This home is not even in my name or none of that. It was her home. They found marijuana in the home, which I don't know where they found the marijuana actually in the home.
Mm-hmm.
But
did they charge her with it?
No, they charged me 6 months later. They indicted me for an 1 ounce of marijuana.
That's insane. In her home. Found it in her home.
Found it in her home.
So she shot at you in her home, and they found marijuana in her home, and they charged you.
They charged me. Charged me. My attorney ended up moving my case over to criminal court once this officer could, started coming into court and saying all these different things. He just felt like, instead of having me testify, and that may be, if that was the case, didn't want to have anything for us, me saying anything for them to possibly try to go on record with. But it's amazing to me, I experienced having to go to prison behind a weapon before.
Yeah.
And even in that case, the gun was found on an IRS raid back then in my home, but the home was in my name, and I've never touched the gun, didn't even know the gun was in my home. But I went to prison for it,
Wow.
No fingerprints was found. The judge felt like, at the time, I even had one felony that they used to actually convict me based on a felon in possession, and I had that felony that they were using expunged before I even went to court because it was an old situation that read as a felony on my court. I was given 3 years of unsupervised probation. The case was in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So my attorney there never went to have the case removed, even though this was 6 years after.
Yeah.
When this case happened here, and he just went and got it removed. But at that time, the judge was it read as a felon, as when you was a felon when you caught the case, we're going forward with it. And even then, I feel like, honestly, I was wrongly convicted in that situation for what it's worth. But, that's kind of behind me. But I've also seen how now in this situation, I feel like that is almost playing a part with them trying to, lay this conviction of felon in possession based on I had that prior charge. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just think.
So you just kind of feel like that you're a target.
I feel like I definitely feel like I'm a target. Definitely feel like I'm being very, very much so profiled. And another big thing that I'm dealing with within these situations that I found myself in front of is that the media, the news outlets, different media platforms, they take a lot of these things and say a lot of the things that they want to say and make up all of these different things.
Course,
and once you discriminate, somebody like that to the masses, like they've done me, then what it does is make people think, what you are giving them. So I've had a hard time with a lot of different situations, whether it's through the news media and the way that they reported it, try to create this animal, type of person. You know what I'm saying? We'll see where that goes, but for the most part, my biggest concern, man, is being able to get a fair
trial.
A fair trial. If it goes to trial, in dealing with this Sumner County case, the vandalism case, it was a bunch of bullshit from the beginning. You understand?
And it got dismissed today because it was a bunch of bullshit. And now you can go on to the next hearing, which is going to be about the bond revocation. That's bullshit. Anytime the state can file a motion to get your bond revoked, that's what they would love to do. So you're going to be fighting, obviously, that battle next. And the next thing is going to be going to trial.